this year. The second novel.
Second novel, yeah.
I'm Stephen Chadwic, born and raised in New Hampshire, up in New England. My wife and I moved down here in 2007 to escape the ice, snow, cold, and we are loving it. The winters down here are so nice. And I retired in 2017 and took up writing. I knew nothing about it and bailed into it, and suddenly I had all these short stories in my head, so I started putting them on paper, and then along comes Paula with the class.
Yes.
And my stories are out there. Let's begin. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Thank you so much for the honor. Should I stand?
Yes, if you want to.
I think I feel more comfortable here.
Okay.
I was asked to read one, and maybe two of your short stories. Well, I read one, and that made me want to read another.
Yeah.
Your stories are, of course, well-written and entertaining, full of your culture's history and philosophy, and full of people's names and names of locations that I'm sure I don't pronounce right. I say again, well-written. For a fledgling writer like myself, I enjoy the following quote from Shiva Shiva, where a pandemonium of parrots, and I looked that up, that's a group of parrots, pandemonium, is disrupting life in a temple. And here's the quote. Remember that the temple was in dawn's semi-darkness. Gurukul entered the hall with hesitant steps, the lantern in his grasp shaking and making the shadows of the pillars dance. The shadows of the idols, too, began to take ghostly shapes and sway along the walls. I love that. I get a kick out of that. That's for me, it's a great example of elevated descriptive writing. And I hope to achieve that one day. I'd also like to read a quote from your short story, Rope Snake, where you quoted the great genius and philosopher Shankara, whom I did not know until now. Quote, if we get rid of our ignorance and realize that this world is but a mere illusion, we'd be able to experience this world in its reality. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the philosophy of Rope Snake. In the story, a length of rope does not stay put. Illusion, reality, it just boom, you think about that. I appreciate this weaving of thought-provoking brain teasers and sharing wisdom in your writing, a learning experience.
Yes, it is.
These are examples of what awaits your readers looking for entertainment and education. And I'm curious, how many of your books have been made into movies?
I wrote for 22 movies. No,
Wow.
22 movies.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that's
Wow.
awesome. That's awesome.
And I'm
I just
gonna,
hope to sell 22 books. That is terrific.
lastly, do you have any advice for a young person such as myself? With delusions of grandeur. of seeing their own novels made into movies. Any advice?
Any advice for
Young
young
writers.
writers?
You mean like young writers?
A good writer is always young.
Wow.
Say that again?
A good writer is always young.
Yeah, good writer's always young.
Okay. Thank you.